Hello guys, it's me Udav Saraswat. Welcome to another video. In today's video, we are going to cover what is Gradle versus what is Maven. So we have often used these terms in our project, but till now we were not sure what is Gradle and what is Maven and what is the difference between them. So today in this video, we are going to cover that. So let's get started. So let us first look what is Gradle. So Gradle we can say is a build automation tool. Why build automation tool and not a dependency management tool like Maven? Is that because Gradle is based on a domain specific language, and it provides a broader scope than only dependency management. It allows us to write scripts like to automate the builds and all those things. It is possible with the help of Gradle. So that's why it is called a build automation tool, and it is mostly used in, like, it is a standard for Android applications. So whenever if you see Android applications such as on GitHub, if you see any sample project or anywhere, if you are in your company project, you will see that Android application will be using Gradle only. So that is a pretty much standard for Android application. So what are the advantages of Gradle? So it is a highly customizable property. It has diverse, like, it can be used for diverse projects. When we are talking about Android, and in Android we are having different libraries, and we are having different connections with different libraries and all those things. So that is possible when we use Gradle. And the performance of Gradle is very fast, as it creates a local files. So that is the advantage. It will create local files. So next time when we will hit run, it will directly use those files and will create a build fastly as compared to Maven. And it is used for creating plugins also. So that is another advantage. What are the disadvantages now for Gradle? That it requires great technical expertise. So it is a little difficult to build tasks with Gradle, because we have to define too many things, like some XMLs and all those things we have to define when we are working with Gradle. And if we are look into the documentation of Gradle, that is quite long. So if we go to Gradle documentation, so you will see, like, it is a very big manual. So to go through that, it is a quite a challenge to complete this whole manual and get the things out of here. So that is one disadvantage. And yeah, so these are the, and the third one is that the help, like, it has to be, lot of XML has to be written when we are using automation build scripts. So that is one more drawback of Gradle, we can say. Coming to Maven, Maven is a project management tool, or we can say dependency management tool. So it helps us in maintaining a different software in the lifecycle used by this tool. Okay, such as we are using different libraries or all those things, or the project we are having itself, we will be creating a jar for that, and we will be storing that. So that all is possible using Maven. Maven uses XML for structuring the application, so that we have seen earlier in the videos, such as we saw the pom.xml file where we define all the dependencies and all those things. So that we have covered already. Now advantages of Maven are that it is simplified and well organized. So in the pom.xml we saw that it is pretty much straightforward and well organized, and it will do the task of downloading jar files automatically. We don't have to interfere anywhere. It will do all the necessary things, connect, making downloading jar files, making connection from our application to that jar files. It will do that automatically. So that is one advantage. And the third one is that Maven can easily incorporate new dependencies by formulating the dependency code in the pom file. So we just have to give that dependency in the pom, and it will automatically inject that dependency into our application. While in Gradle, when we give the dependency details, even after that, sometimes we have to add that jar separately. So that is one thing. And disadvantage of Maven is that it has to be installed in the system. So we have to install Maven before we can start use Maven in our project. And the second one is that Maven is slow. It is slow because it does not create cache files and all those things. It does the build from start every time. So that's why it is slow. Let us have a look. Let us compare these two now one by one. So Gradle is based on developing domain-specific language on projects, and Maven is purely a Java language-based software. Okay, and configuration. So we discussed that Gradle is Groovy and Kotlin. These two domain-specific language we can use while we are using Gradle. So if you remember when we created our first Spring Boot project using Spring.io initializer, so there it gave us the option, if we want to use Gradle, then you can use Kotlin or Groovy as a domain specific language. So that is why it is like both of them is possible with Gradle, while Maven works with XML. Performance, as we already discussed, Gradle creates a cache file sort of, which helps it when we run the same build command again. So that's why its performance is better, while Maven does not create local files, and it is starts from zero always, so it is a bit slower. And Java compilation, so Gradle does not require Java compilation, and Maven, as it is based on Java, so it requires to be that Java needs to be compiled first. And Gradle is a new tool, and it is having a lot more documentation, so it is, people need time to get used to it, while Maven is pretty short and straightforward, so that is easily available and easily used by most of the peoples. And Gradle supports high customization because of the support that IDs provide for it, while Maven has limited scope, so it provides limited opportunities as well. Okay, so let us see in the project how Maven and Gradle project differ. So the first one is a Maven project and second one is the Gradle project. In the Maven project, we can see that small m over the folder structure is there and J is written there. So it says that Maven and Java project. While in the second project, we are having a elephant kind of symbol over the folder. So that denotes that it is a Gradle project. Okay, let us first open the pom.xml file. So I hope you guys are familiar with this pom.xml file, as we have covered that already in our previous video. Okay, so this is the same file where we are having project structures, GAV coordinates, group ID, artifact ID, and version, and then we are having the dependency information. So when in the last video when we added JXP dependency, we directly pasted this particular information and the dependency got added automatically. Okay, so this is a sample structure that how Maven files have. Okay, now checking the structure that Gradle follows is, we will be having two files in our Gradle project. First one will be build.gradle and second one will be settings.gradle. So in the settings.gradle we will be having project name on all those configurations. We will be storing that in settings.gradle, while build related information such as dependencies and all those things will be defined in build.gradle. So if we see the structure, it will follow a key value pair kind of structure where there will be plugins and id java like this, like a JSON structure we are having, we can say. So we can define like id java and id spring boot. So spring boot version this is required as a plugin. So that is how, like, it has different functions: plugin, repositories, dependencies, task, test. So all those we have to define. So we can define plugin like that, and we are defining group, version, and those things, source compatibility. So this is our group application name which we gave when we created our application, and this is the version we gave at the same time. And source compatibility is nothing but the Java version. And in the repository stack, so what it is saying that Maven Central. So this Gradle itself will not be handling those dependency management thing. It will be using Maven itself. So it will be, if we add some dependency, let's say in the dependency list here over here. Okay, so if we add some dependency, then it is going to go to the Maven Central repository and check for that particular dependency and get it from there. It is not maintaining its own repositories. So that is the thing. And in the dependencies tab, we can define the dependencies such as implementation. This hate OS dependency has been defined. Similarly, in the last one, task name test, so we are telling that use JUnit platform. So what it will do, it will find out, discover and execute all the JUnit platform based tests. So whatever test classes we have given, all those will be identified and will get mapped to the controller. Like, these are the test classes and needs to be executed. So this is how this build.gradle works, and let us see how we can add dependency in Gradle and Maven both. So let us go to Maven repository. Let's say for JXP only, JXP2. Okay, we got here. And so if we want to add this particular dependency, JXP dependency, in our Maven project, so we will simply copy this and we'll go to our pom.xml and we will paste that particular detail over here under the dependencies list. Okay, so that is done. We will save this file, and that's it. The dependencies are getting downloaded, and it will be done by Maven. Okay, so and if we want to do it for Gradle, so how we can do is, after that Maven there is a tab called Gradle, so we can click on that, and here we are getting the details for the JXP2 plugin. We can copy this particular thing from here, and we can paste it in our build.gradle project. So let's go here and let's paste it over here. So once we pasted that, we can save this particular build.gradle file, and once we build our project, this particular dependency will get now added to our project. So this is how we can use build.gradle. Okay, I think now the difference between Maven and Gradle and how they both work is clear. So that's it guys for this video. Till then, see you in the next video. Bye bye.